hear from the video because the oral statement I put in the video is quite similar like my presentation. However, I'd like to emphasize more. In the video just saw is the solar exhibition in the Mocha Taipei I had in 2011. I attempt to take the audience into the dark. Okay, into the dark chambers of the biotechnology and genetical engineering by presenting them with the disturbing vision of e-chrome identities signified by a series of faces, hands, fingers, and bodies in 8 series, which are the portrait of e-chrome, the e-chrome number 3, the hands of e-chrome, the fingers of e-chrome, mass production of e-chrome, inspection of e-chrome, and the last 2 pieces are a little bit different. I use more script from the Bible instead of just the 66, which is a revelation of the e-chrome and a revelation of the e-chrome documentation. Through this work, I want to explore the tension between the organic nature and inorganic technology. Okay, the first piece, the portrait of e-chrome, I emphasize the e-chrome facial features through the use of the 3D holograms technology. The gesture and expression are presented through a variety of angles. You can see the video actually is the hologram media. Audience think it might be the video play from the monitor, but it's not. It's a very special, I'll call it a moving hologram. Each face is made of a different skin texture. As viewers look at her from different angles, they will be surprised to find the e-chrome continue to step back and follow the movement of audience, hitting at the dangers of the temptation, looking under the beauty. Looking at the e-chrome portrait is like looking at the ghostly faces staring from the dressing mirror late at night. This is a critique I got from one of the comment from our critics. Subdued and spooky at the same time. Their hollow eyes follow the audience whatever they move in the space, an effect I have achieved through the application of the holographic techniques. Holography is a somewhat mystical form of art practice traditionally concerned with the creation of illusion or presence that enrich our visual experience of time and memory of the subject recorded in a hologram. What is unique about the hologram is that they are made of the light and therefore lack material substance. Essentially, the light emitted from an object is recorded, and through sophisticated and technological means, it can be reconstructed so that it can be create an optical image of the object. The unique quality of holography is the illusion of 3-dimensional, which present an image that can be shifted and changed depending on audience position. The portrait also the meaning of the worship. That's why I put it on a very neat frame. It's a power displaying under the surface of the beauty hits the danger of temptation. This is the portrait trying to express. And so we can see some image, but it's difficult to present because it should be the moving, make it very, it's not that clear because the hologram need lighting. If there's no light, it's all dark. So I try to present a video in the beginning. So after I finished the e-chrome portrait, I feel like to make another statement using the idea of following the audience view, whatever audience go, because this is something I try to express the artificial life. The life won't be appear unless a human being make it come true, which means if the hologram without the audience, the hologram is a stock and a still image. If the audience come in, the picture become alive. So this is the idea I try to present in another piece. I call e-chrome number 3. That is using a different technique. Just mentioned in the beginning, I use the webcam and interactive programming, and of course many high-tech knowledge how to cut the film, to make it can be listen the order of the programming. So this is the technology I actually study and then put a lot of effort to make it come true. So this piece I call e-chrome number 3. The web screen display 6 interactive installation with different language of 66 on e-chrome forehead in the water. Within the audience moving in control her head's angle, the e-chrome eyes will follow. The background songs show the moving song in the water. When the projection surrounds audience, it seems that the audience dialogues with huge e-chrome in a queer environment to bring the idea I'm trying to say. It's something we see. They are beautiful, but they look like a monster. So this is the 6 panels of large interactive installation. In the exhibition space, audience can walk around and left and right, or you can play with your friends to try to actually control the e-chrome faces. So this is the photos. So you can see the scale. I try to project, make it different from the e-chrome portrait, but a similar idea. So after that, according to the revelation in the Bible, the beast mark number 666 is not only on the forehead, but also marked on right hands. The hands of e-chrome developing from the portrait of e-chrome create 6 pairs of hands with marks in the form of sculpture and lay them in the medical jars. It seems like organs lay on the formalin and in the an experimental status. Every pair have different material like snake skin, purple skin, share, and other material to emphasize e-chrome gene mutation. So this series I actually worked a very long time. First of all, I had to cast the model of the hands. I used my students' hands, and then of course make many different types of experiments, and then try to put it in the jars like a medical experimental. And after the hands, I like to develop the finger, because I think the finger can be cut and then stored in a test tube to relate to the theme I'm trying to say. It's like the mutation of the gene and symbolize the organ cloning. The test tubes are neatly arranged like the spaceman presentation. And then the idea start to develop, like seems if it is tested in the I could say it's a production. So it's like a merchandise or the commercial products can be in the future if we can use the cloning technology to produce the clone or trying to make artificial life. So this is the piece I use this idea I call mass production of e-chrome. Within each digital frame, this is the frame we call like a digital photography frame, like a small monitor. So I use the 18 of them and trying to put them together. Okay, within each digital frame, an e-chrome floats in the test tube, showing its current stage of development in the experimental process. Each e-chrome is different color and has the mark of the beast, 666, branded on them, in different languages. The image to capture 360-degree self-rotating view of the e-chrome. And I made it of the 3D animation, and I found they rotate in different time and angles. In the art center presents very strange and beautiful because everyone are unique. Because once you turn on the player of the digital frame, it starts in different time. So that every rotation make the picture presentation more interesting. So I'm keep working on the e-chrome. In this piece, I call it inspection of e-chrome. Use the same model of the 3D animation. The only difference is the material, and I reverse the image to make it look like we see through the e-chrome like X-ray. So the different prints, I will call it prints because in fact I tried to use a different material, but later I found the presentation of the print is quite well, like the X-ray film. The body of the e-chrome is presented consisting of the pupa texture skin, the tattoos, and the imprinted mark of the beast 666. The tattoo consists of images of roses, dragons, phoenix, snakes, scorpions, and more. Those symbols I actually apply or I would say, I found in the shop of the tattoo because they have the large image of the bank. So I don't need to create it. So this is all the image I got it from the ready-made tattoo image, or I would say the pattern. Alluding to the intrinsic relationship among the tattoo and the body, the e-chrome herself, through this kind of X-ray prints, the dangerous nature of the beautiful e-chrome is revealed. And I also trying to, if you can see, I'm sorry, here's some number or the serial number, and even the name of the inspection, which is my name. So I try to I would say, apply the idea. I'm the one to inspect the e-chrome. So I put a date and a time and the name of the inspector. So you can see the image of tattoo I use actually present the dangers or more in, I would say, relate to different cultures, such as Jordan, Phoenix. And roses will be like the beauty of the woman. Okay, the last two pieces are even brave to try. Is use 3D image projection and of course the interactive system. And this had to be done by the computer programming. And if you can see this piece, the larger is better. And Professor Yang actually saw this piece in Singapore, and which is a very difficult space. You know, we had to really try to put a partition and put everything. I mean, use the cloth to make the room darker. So this is a huge work, and I think I ever tried before, but it comes out quite close to the idea I want to say. So I call the revelation of E-chrome is because idea of the 66, but also the script from the Revelation chapter I found very, very interesting, relate to the image of the E-chrome I was working, but I never thought about if it can be related to the chapter. And the chapter has a different sentence. I hope, I think I want to say a little bit. I want to read it. Such as, because in the test tube, we know the water is important for the home. So when I found the Bible of the script saying the water means a very unique meaning, and a woman in the Revelation also has its own meaning. So I want to read a little bit. In the Revelation 17, in verse 5, here say, as on her forehead a name was written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and of the abominations of the earth. So I said, wow, this is E-chrome become the prostitutes and present the mother of the earth, can be the, talk about the technology, civilization, human being made. Also in the Revelation 17, chapter 17, verse 18, here say, he said to me, the water which you saw, where the prostitute sits, are people, multitudes, nations, and languages. The woman whom you saw is the great city, which region over the kings of the earth. In the other verses I use, for all the nations have drunk of the wine of the worth of her sexual immorality. The kings of the earth committed sexual immorality with her, and the merchants of the earth grew rich from the abundance of her luxury. So I found those scripts. It's really revealed and really strong to the concept I'm trying to say. So I use the Revelation scripts under the, I would say, on the bottom side of the image. And this script can be run and show, appear and disappear according to the programming. And you can see the film. I also used a very unique way to present the artificial light of E-chrome by the number, you can see here, I'm sorry, here. By the numbers, I would call this time code. And this is very interesting. It's the time code of the computer. present the current time I show the piece, or the current time audience come in. So every time I present this piece, the time code show different number because the time of the computer. So this I also use the symbol to represent the life. And another interesting thing is if there's no audience, this image are all gray. I mean black and white color, black and white. And the number is stop. So which means I would say if there's no audience, again, the EEPROM has no life. So once audience come in, this gray turn the color gradually because the computer programming. So in here, I want to say a little bit. The EEPROM series is showing high energy, virtual real, high technology, which can closely interact with the audience, became the key media and language for my creation. The portrait of the EEPROM was created and displayed following the dynamic effect of the hologram technique. Here it is shown the video. I'm sorry, I use a webcam and an interactive computer system to create the fake life of EEPROM. So the final piece, I want to, because the time code make me has the motive to create the EEPROM's revolution documentation is because every time I present this piece, the time code is different. So I want to make a print and as the document for each time the EEPROM's life sustained. So this is the piece. After the revelation of the EEPROM, I attempt to use the 2D prints to show the image of EEPROM, her vital value, and a script of different chapters of Revelation in 5 different languages. Well, I actually can keep developing, different languages. The purpose is to recall EEPROM's historical thought. So in the final, I want to make the conclusion. I use the frame, glass, medical tubes, and medical jars show the process of the birth of artificial and how it is preserved and experimented upon. The numbers, symbols, songs, and image in my work describe an important appropriation concept. The numbers shown on the stuffed insect, EEPROM 666, the mark of the beast according to the Revelation chapter of the Holy Bible, computer time codes, tattoos, scripts from the Revelation in the Bible, and the holy songs. In the Revelation of the EEPROM, I play the song. Seems very holy, but I put a little bit noise in the song, so I do that purposely. The holy songs define the artificial life, character, and status. They can be randomly numbered, controlled, and canceled. And they can even be incarnated with tattoo or the mark of the beast. So this is my work. This is the work I'm warning the world. Humans are elegantly changing God's original creation and will become an inescapable disaster for the human being. So final, today I show the copy of the a little bit statement written by Minturno, published in the Mendoza International Families Art Journal Families Aesthetics volume. So I think Dr. Turno presented a different idea, and I want to share it to you. In this article, 2 concepts, cross-skin and post-human, are used to contextualize Lin Petron's EEPROM series, produced in Taiwan 2010 and 2011. In the series of the 3D works are based on the figure of Eve drawn from the Bible, but it has been reconstructed by the artist through a virtual crossy skin. The more recent portrait of the icon continues her exploration of the issue in femininity found in religious symbolism, which has been a major theme in her work for several decades. In order to analyze Lin's the portrait of icon, it is necessary to review the style of the work over the past 20 years and to analyze how her works over the past 20 years and to analyze how her aesthetic approach is created by her use of media and technology. And I'm very happy to, or I would say surprised, Dr. Min Tunnel seeing my works is related to the femininity or the feminism idea. And I think these are the works I developing from my early stage of the work, which are more related to the feminism or the feminist issue. So, which means once you create the works from your life experience, something can be really related closely, no matter what kind of subject you use or what kind of media you use. So this is my final presentation, and thank you very much.
Professor Lin for giving us a very interesting piece of talk and discussion of her work. Yeah, personally, I'm not quite sure whether I'm fond of that because when you see the image of human body in sections and imitations, especially the midnight, you see the image of pale color and blue color, and especially in lunar calendar in July, Taiwanese know is the typical month that ghosts are set free to wander around our human world. And sometimes the body is frightening, and especially see the interactive installation. And you watch it in a dark room, and you just come out from your bathroom and watch you, you're moving, and watch you, terrible. So rather really, I mean, in Germany, in Frankfurt, in this exhibition by Jeff Koons, and he used the image of Greek sculpture to do some different kinds of dialogue between the ancient sculpture and contemporary sculpture. And I found that people still use the image of human body quite often, and Professor Lin obviously has got idea from I probably can say sculpture.
In your series and what that means.
Yes, it's interesting, the 666 number, and according to the Bible, in the Great Tribulation, which is the end of the day and the disaster everywhere, and since everyone, in order to have the identity to buy things, to make you a living, you have to show the mark of the 666. And according to the Bible, the number actually is not a number. It's the number of the name of the emperor or the king in centuries ago. The king is, of course, is a tyrant. It's not a good king. So the name of each number, the writing count together become 666. So I found the number can be present whatever you are restrained or limit or control by, I would say, the beast or the talent or the disaster or the people. So the number of the 666 become the symbol. Whatever you have, that means you are not free. So this is the idea I got from the Bible. And of course, I would say the e-chrome is not a real life, it's artificial, which I criticize what human beings try to play the law of the God to think they can be, the one created life. So that means the life being created become I would say, it's not real life, but controlled by whatever the power create her. so I use the number. But it's interesting when I show my piece in public, I can hear so many comments. Like some people even say, I'm the one of the e-chrome, because this image presents whatever our human being today, being controlled by many technology, many ideas, many media, praise from the computer, internet, and the number become everywhere. I would say code from the merchandise, or the code of your ID, or the code, whatever, from the bank or from your living. So the more I did about the 666, and the more comments I found from the audience feedback, I think the e-chrome is not necessarily only talk about the cloning technology, but it's the idea I'm trying to say. We have to be alert. The technology is not everything. We have to be aware of the technology. One day can be the disaster, come to human. So the mark can be in different meaning, not necessarily from only the code, but can be the power everywhere in today. Like in today's early, when I try to play my video, it's very difficult because the technology is not something really helpful. So sometimes you will say this is good. Sometimes technology is good for us, but you have to use it for a good purpose. Otherwise, we can be, I would say, hurt or destroyed by it. So I hope this is a good my reply to you. Thank you. My answer. Scholars, professors.
Yeah. I just wanted you to talk a little bit more about how you conceptualize femininity, I guess, and could you elaborate a little bit more on your general concept of the sort of feminine mystique, or the feminine, and the way it relates to your work, and how that sort of motivated you to create the work that you did. So those kinds of relationships, if you could just elaborate a little bit more on that.
Yes. This is a question people will ask me if they know my early works, especially from the researcher like Professor Chen, very important scholars study or research in feminist art issue. And my early work actually, I was explore my life experience as a woman living. I was born in a very traditional hierarchical culture since I was a kid, and I was not happy, and I don't know why. And I think why the woman is not important, because since I was a kid, I was told by my parents that you had to be so, you had to work harder to make yourself be seen in public. Otherwise, she said it's a shame. It's a shame for like we don't have men or male children in our family. So so I start develop my abstract painting and relate to two symbols. One is the foot binding shoes. One is the high heel shoes. So I want to make a comparison. Whatever the woman today, although it's a quite equal society for women, but underneath, women still face the same traditional concept how women should play the role in the society. So in the early stage, because my life experience, I was not happy. I think I was limited and restrained by this kind of culture. So I put myself in the topic of the painting. After that, gradually, because I got the chance to study feminist art in Australia, where I got my PhD degree, and I start to find, oh, this is not my only problem. This is a problem for women all over the world. So I start to, I would say, pull myself, out of my work. Like I can be judged whatever I feel the woman should be, the woman's position should be. So this is what I developed. But once in the 1999, I start changing my topic. I call Back to Nature, which is not related to gender issue anymore. But it's interesting, I still use the figure of woman, like you see, it's a e-chrome. So some feminists really are unhappy to see my work. Say, if you are the feminist, why you use the why you abuse the body of a woman, and then even say she's the prostitute or the fake life of a woman. So I explain to them. I say, this is a woman not created by God. It's the woman created by the technology. So it's not a woman, I say before, because but I use woman is also related to the thinking of the feminism concept. Is because I think, because people ask me, why don't you create Adam? Adam, why you only use Eve? Then this come out to me and say, oh yes, because I think man, if he is a scientist, if he wants to create some artificial life or some creature, he definitely will create woman, not man. Because woman always be standardized or be shaped or be formed by the man's idea. So I would say, I don't want to use Adam, I want to use the body of woman. Is the sense of that feminist conscious, I think. I would say, this issue not only talk about technology can bring the disaster to humanity, but also in the conscious, I think I'm trying to say, women always be created, always be standardized or merchandised, or I would say it's the creature can be live freely or live a lively life, a human being. So maybe this is the thing I would say, but of course in this statement I don't talk about that. But subconsciously, I think this is a good relationship. This is my early work. So that's why Dr. Ming Turner talk about my works in that perspective. I hope this is a good. Thank you. Wow, this is something I have to think.
Thank you very much
you
for your speech. But for me, as a viewer, I assume that probably you consciously take a female as the representative of the human beings.
Thank you. Yeah, that's original idea. Yeah, but of course, subconsciously, I don't want to create Eden. It's the strong idea that women under the patriarchal culture always being produced. But of course, I agree with Professor Chen. This is the more important issue I'm trying to talk about human being. Thank you.
Any question? So, all right. Well, thank you. I think it's time is stop here, and probably we can talk about that more on the product. Professor Lee. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.